Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about when we can be expecting the next Grand Theft Auto Online DLC based off of some information that's been released today, and also some things that Rockstar have been doing behind the scenes. We're going to be touching on all of that in this video today. So I know that many of you guys will probably be disappointed that there isn't a new update today, even though I wasn't expecting one to be added into the game. And Rockstar did update their tunables, and they did add a new event week. We're not going to be talking about the specifics of that in this video. That'll be saved for a little bit later on in the day, because there is so much that we have to talk about in this one, including what happened yesterday and what today means. So let's not waste any more time, and let's jump straight into it. So yesterday there was something very interesting that happened. QA Beta and QA Beta 2 received an update, and they received an update about 30 minutes apart. So as you can see on the date here, it happened February 27th, 2017 for me at 7 a.m., so pretty early in the morning. Now, FunMW2 responded to these branches being updated by stating the update files have seen new changes for QA Beta, and now both of them have the same build ID. And you can see those build IDs are 1658513, and that's for both QA Beta and QA Beta 2. And he states this usually happens with QA Beta and public build. Not sure if they are preparing to release something new tomorrow or maybe next week. So obviously we know today is tomorrow, and there was nothing new that came out. So clearly whatever they were doing yesterday was not focused on what was occurring today. However, there is a possibility that what they were doing, updating QA Beta and QA Beta 2, either has something to do with the next likely date, which is March 14th, or maybe even closer to March 6th or 7th, when we know Rockstar have to remove the character transfer feature. We're going to touch on that in a little bit, but anyways, let's keep going on. Someone followed up by saying, I might have missed something. Can someone please explain what this means? And FunMW2 stated that we have three branches: public, QA Beta, and QA Beta 2. Public is the build that we use to play the game, so like you hop on, that's the one we have. QA Beta 2 is the dev build used to create and test new DLCs, so that's one that like Rockstar has like a private server to, where they can kind of make changes that obviously won't impact us. And then QA Beta is the final stage of testing the new DLC, and it's usually when the DLC is sent to Sony and Microsoft. So that right there is pretty cool, and there's two things here that have me very positive about the fact that a new DLC is going to be coming out very, very soon. Number one is the fact that QA Beta is getting those frequent updates. It means they're in the final testings, and like FunMW2 said, it's likely that this update is on its way to Sony and Microsoft to be approved so that it can be added to the consoles and obviously added into our games and whatnot. That's pretty epic. But also, due to the fact that the build branch IDs add up as well, that can only mean a good thing and can only mean that Rockstar is super close to having this update ready to launch and ready to go here for us in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, what's also interesting is later in the day, QA Beta and QA Beta 2 also received updates. They were about 2 hours apart. You can see when this screenshot was captured, it happened 28 minutes ago. That one for QA Beta 2, 2 hours ago. And the build was changed as well to 1659497. So I'm not entirely too sure what ultimately that means, why it was changed. Maybe it indicates that they were working on something new or adding something different. I really don't know. All we know is that QA Beta and QA Beta 2 are getting updated like crazy. They're getting updated nearly simultaneously, and they have the same ID build. And according to FunMW2, one of the most reputable leakers in the game, this is only good news for those of us that are interested in a new DLC. Now, you might be asking yourself, when is the next possible opportunity for Rockstar to add a new DLC into the game? So as I mentioned, there's a new event that's going on this week and is actually lasting for 2 weeks. In another video, we'll get into the details and the contents of those. So it's starting today, the last day of February, the 28th, and is going on till March 13th, which is basically 2 weeks from now on a Monday. So many people are suggesting that the next DLC is going to be on March 14th, that Tuesday, but also people are saying, wait a minute, what about the character transfer thing that Rockstar said they're ultimately going to remove? And you're right, Rockstar actually did mention that on Twitter. Yesterday, they put out this tweet saying, 1 week left to migrate your Grand Theft Auto Online character, and they also offered like a bonus for GTA 5 on the PC, 30% off, and like some free money, and they stated that obviously ends on March 6th. Well, it actually turns out that Rockstar doesn't necessarily have to add a DLC in order to remove the character transfer stuff from Grand Theft Auto Online. So I was having a little bit of back and forth with FunMW2 trying to figure this out earlier today, and this is essentially what he told me. He said the character transfer is a cloud service. They can force it to display an error message every time you try, and I followed up with that message by saying, so is that going to be the fix we get until Rockstar officially update the game? And he says, yes, I'm just saying they can't do all that until a new update is released. So basically what's going to happen here is on March 6th, Rockstar is just going to disable this service via the cloud, and when a new update arrives in the game, they'll completely remove the option to transfer your character, because right now, if you go to Grand Theft Auto Online and you go to the character transfer thing, you can still have the option to click on it, and I'm guessing once that March 6th date goes by, you'll still be able to click on it, but it'll likely give you an error, and it'll just take you back into Grand Theft Auto Online. That's my best guess as to what Rockstar is likely going to do, considering they won't be adding an update on that day. And Yan2295 even says the same thing. He responds to someone who says, but what is with the Rockstar transfer thing? Don't they need to update the game in order to stop it? He says, I'm sure they don't. They can simply put an error message and then actually remove it from the user interface with the next update, even if it's later. So that to me ultimately makes sense because it's a server thing. As long as they completely remove it from the servers, there's no way that people are going to be able to glitch it. It's just not possible that way. So now that we know all of that information, the next likely date in which we'll see something here in Grand Theft Auto Online most definitely has to be March 14th. The new event that's ending ends the day before that on March 13th, and it would make sense. March 14th is on a Tuesday, but I'm also not the only one that believes this. Yan put out this tweet earlier today. He says, by the way, the new event starting today is also a 2 weeks long one. March 7th seems unlikely for a new update, but March 14th though, ... And that's my same feeling as well, that March 14th is going to be the likely release date of a new update for multiple reasons. Number one, March has been a release date month for Rockstar really since the beginning of Grand Theft Auto Online. In March and April of 2014, we had the business update, the High Life update. In March and April of 2015, we had Heist and then PC. And then in 2016, we had the Lowriders Customs Classics update happen in March. So needless to say, it's a pretty popular month for Rockstar when it comes to updates, but also there was an interesting pattern that has been found as well. So it's been found that if there are any delays beyond March 14th this year, it will set a new record for the longest time between DLC drops in Grand Theft Auto Online. So between the Festive Surprise in 2014 and Heist in 2015, it was 82 days. Between Lowriders Customs Classics and Further Adventures in Finance and Felony, it was 84 days. And between the release of the Festive Surprise 2016 and March 14th, 2017, it would be 84 days as well. So if we don't get an update on the 14th, it will be the longest time since we've received a update here in Grand Theft Auto Online, which, number one, would not surprise me, as I mentioned before, just because of where we are in Grand Theft Auto Online's life cycle. But also, number two, it just seems as if Rockstar are probably going to start slowing things down a little bit. But also, the wording of Rockstar has me kind of confused. You guys remember on a couple news wires ago, they basically stated that there would be a lot more updates coming in 2017. They used the word updates, plural. I wonder if Rockstar considers these events that they're doing updates and not like actual DLCs, because they added new Till Death Do Us Part maps the other day. They added some new maps today, which we'll touch on a little bit later. So I really do wonder if that is Rockstar's master plan here, that these event weeks are going to be considered the updates that they plan for 2017. However, even if we do receive an update on March 14th, if that date is correct, it looks like we shouldn't be getting our hopes up for something super huge. So according to Yan, he responded by someone who was saying, is this going to be a big update? Is it going to be a surprise DLC? And he simply just said, not going to be big, which is kind of what I've predicted. And I stated that import-export looked to be the peak of the mountain, where now we're going to have to start going down the other side, focusing on updates that maybe don't have as many features or go back to what we were receiving in 2015, maybe even early 2016 as well. So it'll definitely be interesting if anything does come out, and it'll be more interesting what we receive too. Will it be similar to what we've gotten in late 2016, or will the updates start to scale back a little bit? That'll be pretty crazy. So to give you guys my final verdict here, I do believe that the next update is going to be occurring on March 14th based off of all the information we've seen so far. And I wonder if it will be the special vehicle races themed update that a lot of us have been talking about as well. To give you guys a quick teaser as to what's going on this week and online, it has to do with basically everything from cunning stunts. And I've stated that if Rockstar does a special vehicle races DLC, that it's literally going to be a hybrid of import, export, and cunning stunts. So is Rockstar doing a little bit of foreshadowing here? They've done that in the past with other events that have offered various discounts and bonuses to get us prepped for the next DLC. So I wonder if Rockstar is doing that now with the current event that is going on for the next 2 weeks, basically. Are they doing the cunning stunt stuff now to get us prepped for a cunning stunts like DLC that features special vehicle races, possible new special vehicles, vehicle warehouses, etc.? I think all of that is rather interesting, but really only time will tell here. But really, that's all the information that I have for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy, and hopefully it gave you a better idea of how close it looks like we are to getting a new DLC here in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on everything like this. I'm pretty curious to hear from you guys there. If you did go on to enjoy the video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.